Once upon a time, in a village called Iganna, there lived a young man named Ayobami. He was known far and wide as the laziest person in the entire village. Ayobami had a special talent, but it was not for hard work or dedication. Instead, he had a knack for curating unnecessary sin that will make people feel sorry for him and come to his aid. His actions became so famous that they turned into legend in the village. Ayobami laziness had no limit. He would come up with an excuse to avoid work, and he especially enjoyed lying under the shade of a huge mango tree in the center of the village. This tree had been there for generations and was Ayobami's favorite spot. He would spend most of his days there, doing nothing and enjoying the sunlight that filtered through the leaves. At first, the villagers tried to encourage Ayobami to be more productive. They would give him tasks and chores, hoping that he would contribute to the community. However, Ayobami was a master of making excuses. Whenever someone approached him with work, he would pretend to be tired, sick, or claim that his back hurt. His acting skills were so good that he often fooled the villagers. But what made Ayobami truly unique was his ability to curate elaborate scenes of desperation. One sunny day, while the villagers were busy with their work, Ayobami lay under the mango tree, groaning loudly. His voice echoed through the village, and soon a curious crowd gathered around him. "Oh, I'm so hungry," he murmured dramatically, "but my legs have failed me. I can't even walk to get some food. Will no one help a poor, starving soul?" Ayobami's performance was so convincing that the villagers rushed to his aid, bringing him food, water, and expressing their sympathy. He would eat and rest comfortably, all the while wearing a satisfied smile. This pattern repeated itself many times. Ayobami's reputation as the laziest man in the village turned into a strange kind of fame. People would often talk about his dramatic episode at gatherings and celebrations, and just mentioning his name would bring laughter and amazement. However, Ayobami was not entirely heartless. Despite being undeniably lazy, he had a kind heart and did not mean any harm to anyone. He did not steal or cheat. He simply preferred to take the easiest path. His friends and family, despite their frustration, could not help but love him. One day, a wise old man named Fola visited Iganna. He had traveled to many places and had heard stories about the infamous Ayobami. Fola was intrigued by the tales of Ayobami's laziness and his talent for gaining pity. Fola decided to visit Ayobami at the mango tree. He found Ayobami lying there, mourning pitifully. "What is wrong, my friend?" Fola asked with a twinkle in his eyes. Ayobami, eager to show off his skills, began to tell a dramatic story of his suffering and misery. Fola listened patiently, observing Ayobami every move with wise eyes. When Ayobami finished, Fola said, "I've heard about your legendary laziness, Ayobami, and your remarkable ability to gain the pity of your fellow villagers. But have you ever thought about using that talent for something good?" Ayobami was surprised. No one had ever suggested such a thing to him before. Fola continued, "Imagine if you could use your gift of persuasion to benefit the whole village. Instead of pretending to be sick or hungry, you could inspire people to come together for a common cause." Ayobami pondered Fola's words. It was an interesting idea, and he realized that maybe it was time for a change. Perhaps he could use his skills for the greater good. In the following months, Ayobami started to experiment with his newfound purpose. Instead of crying for his own benefit, he began to highlight real issues in the village. When there was a water shortage, he would create a scene to draw attention to it. But this time, he genuinely rallied the villagers to find a solution, and they worked together to dig a well. Similarly, when the harvest was poor, Ayobami did not pretend to starve. Instead, he used his gift of persuasion to organize the community and improve their farming techniques. Crop yield increased, and everyone had enough to eat. Ayobami's transformations from a lazy man into a motivator of change was remarkable. The villagers were amazed by his new role, and they supported him wholeheartedly. Ayobami had found a sense of purpose, and he was happier than ever before. As the years passed, Ayobami's stories changed. He was no longer known as the laziest man in Iganna, but as the man who could unite the village in times of need. His tales were no longer about his own imaginary suffering, but about the victories the community achieved together. The mango tree that had been his refuge became a symbol of unity and collaboration. Under its shade, the villagers would gather not to pity Ayobami, but to celebrate their shared achievement and listen to his stories of inspiration. And so, the tale of the once lazy man, Ayobami, transformed into a story of redemption and community building. Ayobami proved that even the most unlikely individual could find their purpose and use their unique talent for the betterment of all. His legacy lived on, reminding everyone that there is more to a person than meets the eye, and that transformation is always possible, even under the oldest mango tree in Iganna. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel to support us. Hit the notification bell, like, comment and share.